Alrighty then, it doesn't matter whether my throat is fully healed or not, I'm still making this video. So yeah, before we start this off, somebody wanted me to add Tsunade to this ship, and I'm be honest with you, I could make it happen, but it's kind of gonna be awkward, I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, it's gonna be a quick way to get it to happen, like real fast, but not exactly fast in its own way. But anyways, yeah. So this is part 4, right? Yeah, this is part 4 of what if Naruto had the tenseigan and the renni sharingan. Oh, this is probably gonna go to part 5 or 6. Who knows? Oh, I've rarely had any that go past at least 4 to 5 parts, mostly 4, either 3 to 4 parts. So let's hope for the best, right? Yeah, and I know nobody has been asking for this, but please don't ask about what if Deku was left behind anymore. Why? Because, well, it's not that I forgot about it. I never forgot about it, actually. That was one of my most watched videos, liked videos. So it's not that I forgot about it. No, I'm actually doing a redo. So yeah, and about what if Deku, what was that shit again? I forgot. The other one. Damn. The other one where Deku traveled through all those worlds. I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh wow. I'll remember it, and I'll probably say it in the next video. But if you know which one I'm talking about, yes, the redo is still going on. But like, shit, I'm gonna have to like get the pictures again, cause I think I found better pictures for it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's continue. So last time I left off, Deku was creating a whole like existence, like not exactly existence, but an omniverse. Now, I'm gonna have to clarify one thing. I think I said this before in my what ifs, what comes after, and a whole like omniverse is the beyond, basically. So I will not be making a beyond, at least not now. I have to make more than one omniverse for that to happen. So yeah. So Naruto, he was doing the omniverse with Orochimaru, and he basically hold on. Alrighty, and then I'm done. I'm done doing what I needed to do. Alrighty then. So basically, where was I? Where the hell was I actually? Oh yeah, I just started off. So yeah, we're gonna start off from actually Naruto's perspective. Well, his mindset. Naruto right now is going through extreme pain. Alright? Naruto is going through extreme pain because his body is getting all of this knowledge all at once, immediately, and it's hurting his brain. So he's currently being unstable, which is kind of messing up the whole like omniverse thing, which is not going well for Naruto. It's actually hurting pretty bad. And basically, Orochimaru notices this. She starts to feel the pain that Naruto's feeling. Well, not exactly, because she did not eat the unlimited chakra fruit, since, well, Naruto, he already has a whole garden of those. Unlimited chakra fruit is actually quite the interesting chakra fruit after Naruto made it. Now, it's not exactly the unlimited chakra fruit. It's just, well, not semi, but at least 1 undecillionth of what the actual one will be. And Naruto already has hella lot of power. Kurama sees that this place has infinite space, infinite this and that, and basically Momoshiki and Jigen see this too. Now, they see the 10 tails and they're thinking, oh, we can become their Jinchuriki. But immediately when they try to actually approach them, let's just say it backfired real bad. It didn't end well for them, actually. They got severely beaten, not killed, but beaten. And it felt like they didn't really use any strength to do it either. They just one flick of the tail, and the two of them were severely beaten, which shocked the two, because usually they're usually stronger than the ten tails. So the fact that the ten tails legitimately just bodied them is surprising, and they're wondering what the hell type of ten tails are these? Because the ten tails is usually calm and docile. It doesn't attack you unless you attack it. So they're wondering what the hell is going on. So they know nothing about what's going on here. They know nothing. They know nothing. So the confusion continues. Alright, the confusion continues, and basically they're wondering what's going on. They don't know what's going on, they know nothing whatsoever. And this kind of frightens them. So, they're trying their best to find a way to get out of, Naruto's body, because they know now they're inside this kid's body and they can in no way, shape, or form get to his conscious whatsoever. As they said, you know what, we'll just explore. Kurama notices this, but he doesn't care, because he knows once they get to his conscious, they'll see something that shocks and frightens them for the rest of their life. But we skip to the outside world, where Naruto, the Karma Seals are already on him. And the Karma Seals also gave him a significant boost, a really fast boost, as basically Naruto, he decides, you know what, he is going to shut down his body completely. His body is going to be shut down completely as he makes clones. His body's shut down, but the clones' bodies are not. He makes it so that the clones keep the omniverse unstable. And so does Orochimaru, as they both, their body shuts down and both of them go to sleep. As basically, Naruto is not in his mindscape or anything, his body's just completely shut down. As basically, his brain is getting, Deku, he's currently in a coma right now. Both him and Orochimaru put themselves in a comatose state currently. As basically, clones went to Hinata and Ino and told them what's going on. So the two, they're expecting to not see Naruto for at least a few days. All right, they're expecting to not see Naruto for a few days. So basically, yeah, Naruto goes to see them every night, every day, and shit like that. So yeah. So it's loud as hell. Why must you be loud? Why must you hit my ears? I really should start putting my volume off when I'm playing my games. Oh yes. Playing your games and having the volume up, best sort of training for hearing. Oh yes. Gives you great resistance, especially when you're playing games. Videos are light. We do that every day when we're listening to our TVs, our radios, and stuff like that. But when it comes to games, oh yes, you hear many different sounds that you definitely don't like. But anyways, I don't know how people like listening to the sound of what they're playing. It feels weird to me for some reason. But anyways, let's continue. So basically, their bodies are shut down. Alright, their bodies are shut down. And they have no care in the world because their bodies are shut down. They can't really do anything until Naruto actually gains consciousness of his memory, of his brain. His brain, it's not completely shut down. His brain is the only thing that's not completely shut down. And I just noticed that if his brain is not completely shut down, then what's the point? Well, no, not exactly. Well, yes, his body is completely shut down. The nerves and stuff like that completely shut down, but not the brain. The brain is not shut down. As basically the brain, the conscious, the spiritual conscious, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. As basically it keeps evolving. As Naruto, he's in that comatose state, not really caring about anything, while his clones are doing, the basic. As Naruto, he tells his clones to, before he went to that comatose state, to consume the infinite chakra fruits and continue to consume them non-stop. Alright? Since he's going into a comatose state, his body will be able to get the strength. Now, they're able to transfer power to Naruto instead of Naruto having to transfer power to them. So, yeah, it goes both ways. So, basically, they consume it non-stop while it grows infinitely. So, Naruto actually found a coping mechanism. Instead of just having to make one big old 10 tails, he just have to plant one and infinites of chakra fruits work. And that actually started after the infinite chakra fruit was created. Cause now it's kind of like strawberries, but more like grapes. Yes, kind of like grapes, since grapes have more of it. So yeah, kind of like grapes, but they're not all bundled together. It's just that it produces more. The plant produces more. So that's kind of what's happening with them. So basically, Naruto continues to let it happen. Naruto lets it happen. He doesn't care. Like, he's getting a lot of power unconsciously, and he doesn't really care. The only thing conscious is his brain. Alright? Naruto goes inside of his, his mentals. Inside of well, his knowledge sea, basically. Yes, his knowledge sea. His knowledge sea is basically where, well, his knowledge is. As Naruto, he sees these bubbles in his knowledge sea. His subconscious, his knowledge sea, and his, what's that shit called again? What is it called? I forgot. Oh my god. Ugh. What is it called? The thing other than the subconscious. What is it called again? What is it called? Oh my god. Hold on. Let me think real quick. I gave up on thinking because I won't be able to remember it. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Alright? Sorry I can't remember it right now. Because I haven't used the word in mad long, so... kind of forgot it, so... Yeah, just let it happen. Part of life. Forgetting things that you really don't care about. Or is that just a part of my life? Possibly just a part of my life, but who cares? So, basically, yeah, that's what happened. As, basically, Naruto goes into his knowledge sea. As Naruto, he decides to get into a meditating position as he starts meditating. As, you know, before he does the whole meditating and stuff like that, he puts, well, all the bubbles together. And he made it so that as the bubbles continuously go in, they go inside and, well, help his big brain out. As Naruto, he continues to, well, learn new things, getting new information and stuff like that, and his body is able to comprehend it due to the cells of the DNA of origin. As Naruto, he continues to get stronger. As Deku, he's also having the DNAs of origin that are being improved. He made it so that, well, the DNA doesn't have to improve. He made it so that it continuously improved. After the whole AIs discovered a way to... Oh my god, hold on. So yeah, he continuously gets like I was saying. So the AIs, they found a way to continuously evolve it, and he decided to not incorporate the AI into his body. No, we don't want that. No. We don't want that. No, we don't want that. But he connected his chakra and the AI's chakra together to make it so that the AI found a way for it to give him knowledge into his brain so that his body can manually every second and shit like that, it can continuously evolve the DNAs of the things that he's taken in, like the strands of dark energy, dark matter, anti-energy, anti-dark energy, shit like that, light energy, light matter, and shit like that. So yeah, his body continuously evolves those DNAs, especially and it mostly focuses on the dark energy and the devourers things. And the reason I don't have a picture of the devourers is because I don't want to get demonetized. And quite honestly, you should search it up yourselves because I'm not trying to get demonetized. So, yeah. It's basically Naruto. He continues to, well, do that. And Naruto, he makes sure that he's not really connected to time right now. Alright, he's not completely out of the concept of time, but he's losing track of time in his mind. He's not really caring, he's just taking in the information. As basically over time, his body started to evolve more and more, becoming more of a celestial deity's body. Well, at least not his outside body, but his mind is. It's continuously evolving with the information it's getting. Hold on. Alrighty then. Yes. So basically, yeah, it started to evolve. It kept evolving non-stop, actually. It surpassed the body of Origin, what Origin's body looked like, and it became more defined, yet scary at the same time. As basically, it looks... No, ignore those. Yeah, somebody wanted me to add Tsunade to the ship, so I was like, alrighty then. Ignore that. Misclicked. Yes, it looks like this, basically. It looks like this now. I like this picture. I'll probably put it as my lock screen. Yeah, I'll put it as my lock screen. I like this picture. I like space a lot. Don't come after me in the comments like, ew, you're a weirdo. But anyways, yeah. So basically, Naruto, he continues to, well, evolve it even further to make it so that his body is able to actually, well, contain the knowledge. Well, not contain the knowledge, but get it quicker and not feel less pain. As Naruto, he forcibly makes the DNA of the dark energy, the devourer, and the origin of both male and female, because he had to put both in his body for them to work together. If he just put in one, he'd have to give the another part to another person. So he wanted to have both for himself. So, but also cloning them. So, yeah, so, he's forced them to evolve infinitely in just, like, in a matter of seconds, they evolved infinitely, all right? He sped up time in his body, on his body, in his mind, everything, infinitely evolving it to the point where he doesn't feel pain anymore. And doing such, his brain evolved to not this, but to this. Yes, this one is gonna be my home screen. Yeah, I like this one. Or I'll find a different one like this, who knows. But anyways, so yeah, that's what happened. Somebody wanted me to give Sakura to Choji. Now I'll be honest with you. That's a hell no. And not because I don't like you. It's because of how I think the relationship would go. Sakura would be fat shaming him. Let's be honest here. She would be fat shaming him nonstop. So I'm not willing to like make Choji go through that. Nah, bro. So, anyways, Naruto, he does that. Naruto, he gets out of his mindscape, right? And he sees that Orochimaru is struggling, as, he did the same thing with Orochimaru, and the things still look the same, but, like, more feminine for her. So, yeah. It's basically, Naruto gets a lot of information about his world and stuff like that, and like I said, Naruto was, making the creatures. He was making the creatures. Not only that, Naruto started making hybrids of those. And, yeah. As basically, Naruto said, let's add the DNA to, the dragon. So, what we're gonna do is, you see this dragon? We're gonna delete it and look for a different dragon. Yeah. Yes, the two perfect pictures. I have found them. So first, this dragon. As you can see, Zodiac Dragon. Now, once he saw it evolve into this, Naruto was wondering why that happened. But Naruto, he's omniscient and omnipotent. So Naruto, he had enough time to actually figure out why that happened. And it's probably because, each of those monsters had somewhat of a similarity and, relationship with the stars, and most of them had, somewhat of a relationship with the zodiac. So you kind of figured out that, maybe 12 of them were actually made from, the zodiac signs, or the stars contained into the zodiac sign. And Deku was actually correct. Naruto was actually correct with the first two. See, there were 12 that were a combination of, each zodiac that we know of. I think there's 13 in all. There's 13 zodiac signs. Yes, there is 13. Yes, there is actually 13 zodiac signs and not 12. Yeah. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, there are 13. Alright, as you can see in the picture. You can count all of them. I counted. So basically, he saw it evolve and he's wondering, what's going on next? As basically he sees, the zodiac signs start to combine. As they combine, but the dragon still has a white aura around it until it evolves into this. As at this point, Naruto is practically convinced that this motherfucker is too overpowered and he should not have any more power. Cause, Deku thought that, but Deku said, no, still not enough. Infinity. As basically, you know what he did? He stuffed that nigga full of infinite chakra fruits. Yeah. As basically Naruto decided that it's possibly time to evolve the chakra fruits to a level that shouldn't be attained. As, he does that. He does it with ease, alright? He continuously. Since he's omniscient, he doesn't really need the AI anymore. But he wants to keep the AI. Why? Because he wants to at least have rivals. So, you know what he did? He decided to not repair the AI, but to update them, making them somewhat connected with, to make them allow them to at least use chakra, so that, well, he can allow his chakra to be connected to them, so that, well, his brain, the knowledge in his brain, goes to them. It's basically, yeah, that's what starts to happen as he proceeds to give it to them. All right, he reboots each one of them. And then that's when he realizes that he needs a master AI that controls all of them. So that if that one reboots, the others reboot with it with the same capabilities. So he gets to working. While Orochimaru is still cultivating the whole knowledge that she's getting, while Naruto, he's able to withstand the knowledge and continuously get it. So, he gets to work. And he has the clones working on the Omniverse. So, he does that. As Naruto, he does the work. He does the work, and after what seems to be like a million years, he does it. As basically, Naruto says, alright, that's done. As Naruto, he decides that he's finally gonna go outside in person and go talk to the girls. So, Naruto, with his long ass, messy ass hair, I should probably delete, with his long ass, messy ass hair that's just dragging right behind him endlessly. Like, his hair is long as hell. Long. Like, practically at least 20 feet behind him. Alright? Like I said, it's longer than Kaguya's. I think Kaguya's is 20 feet. 50 feet Naruto hair. Yeah, Naruto does that. 50 feet. No. 30 feet is fine. Yeah. Yeah, 30 feet. It's basically, Naruto has his hair messy as hell. Just goes. He just goes. So, Naruto, he goes, and he continues to, well, walk. As Naruto, he conceals his, well, chakra and stuff like that, his aura, so he doesn't get caught. As basically, he manages to sneak into Konoha, a place where he didn't want to go. Now, Naruto left early because, well, he didn't want to stick around and find out, because he already knew what was going to happen for the next 2 years. So he was like, okay. As Naruto, he's 8 years old. Hinata, 8, Ino, 8. So he says, alright, I don't care. As basically, Naruto, he goes into the Hyuga compound and shit like that. And, like, this was, like, after the academy finished for the day. As Naruto, he pulled up, like, he saw Ino and the rest of the Konoha 11, I think. Yeah, Konoha 11, just talking and shit like that. Yeah. The rest of the Konoha 11 just talking and shit. No, not Konoha 11. Konoha 14. Yes, because of Naruto's siblings. Yeah. So, yeah, the Konoha 14 just hanging around. As Naruto goes behind Hinata and now he does not show himself because he doesn't really want to show himself. But for some reason, the two of them have an eerie feeling that Naruto is behind them. So, the two moving close together and they whisper to one another. Naruto clearly hears what they're saying as, they decide to go to the forest. As basically, Naruto follows them. As when they get to a spot where they feel like it's comfortable and that nobody will find out, they told their friends that they were going to go home to get something and shit like that. And they were like, okay. As basically, they said, you can come out now, Naruto. As Naruto said, wow. To think that you were able to find me, huh? As he said, what made you see me? As they said, womanly instinct. As Naruto legitimately thought in his head, like, that must be some bullshit. Because that's something that shouldn't be happening. And if it does happen, that should practically be impossible. Hold on. As Naruto said, well, okay then, so what's up? How have your lives been? As basically, they run to Naruto to hug him, but before they hug him, Ino says, "Wait, you're not a clone, are you?" As Naruto, he says, "Nope, in the flesh." And then she says, "Okay," as they go all surprised again as they hug Naruto. As they both jump on him, Naruto tumbles over as they both kiss him. As basically, Naruto decides that he's gonna hang out with them. As basically, Naruto sat with them. They talked for 30 minutes because, Naruto had to go back to the stuff he was doing because he had to take care of Orochimaru. As basically, yeah. But before he went, he saw 3 people that he hated appear. Like 3 people he hated from his past life. And he hasn't forgotten about the Otsutsuki King. It's just that he knows that there is an Otsutsuki God. But Naruto, he overestimates the Otsutsuki God, and he's the stupid. That's all I'm gonna say. Naruto is the stupid. And he thinks that the Otsutsuki God is, big body. That Naruto won't be able to defeat him anytime soon. So, you know, he's stupid. Really stupid, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. But anyways. Naruto. Why the fuck are they yelling? Why do they yell? My eardrums. Hold on real quick. Alrighty then. The yelling is done. I got them to stop. Don't worry about how I got them to stop. I just did. So, basically, you're gonna hear that a lot. I apologize. So, basically, Naruto, he continues on with his life and stuff like that. No, the person he hates is Jiraiya. He sees Jiraiya, Minato, and Kushina. As he sees, Jiraiya, Minato, and call them over, and the 4 kids go over as basically everybody's watching and shit like that. But Naruto, he has super hearing, enhanced hearing to the point where he can hear basically Naruto can actually hear everything inside, like, the whole Omniverse. Like, anything within the Omniverse, Naruto can hear. Like, Naruto is basically hearing many conversations all at once about ideas and shit like that. And Naruto, he's thinking of stealing those ideas. And Naruto says, "Ho ho, I'm gonna steal those ideas." He's not gonna make his own village. Naruto, he doesn't want to do that. He's too lazy for that. So, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. So Naruto, he's too lazy to do that, so he decides, I'm gonna ignore it. Alright, he says he's gonna ignore it. He says, alright. As basically, Naruto, he continues on with his day, and he doesn't really care about anything that's going on. Naruto cares not for the things that are going on, as he hears Jiraiya say that he's gonna take them on a whole training trip to get Jiraiya, to get Tsunade, as Naruto's thinking, God damn it, he's gonna corrupt her too. As basically, Naruto decides that, maybe it's time I make an appearance to the world again. As Naruto says, because it seems that, I've lost my touch with the world, just like I've lost touch with space and time. As Naruto, he decides to go home, put on his big boy pants, and go meet Tsunade. As Naruto, he goes, knocks the fuck out Tsunade. I really shouldn't be saying this, but I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. As Naruto, he goes and puts on his big boy pants. He puts on his big boy pants, and Naruto decides he leaves a letter for Orochimaru because he knows that she's going to be waking up soon. Yeah, she's been in that coma for mad long now. As Naruto wakes up and he says, alright. As Naruto, he goes to find Tsunade, which he knows exactly where Tsunade is. So he appears in front of Tsunade, who is currently sober, about to, drink a cup of bottles, plate of sake, a cup of sake, I don't know, which one is it? Drink sake, I'm just gonna say that, as Shizune is next to her trying to tell her not to do that because she's gonna be more in debt. As Naruto appears in front of her, sits down and says, you might not want to drink that. As Tsunade, thinking he's an enemy, charges up a punch, punches Naruto, A lot of smoke happens. Shizune thinks Naruto is dead, and she says, "Look at you, Tsunade, you just killed an innocent human being." As Naruto said, "Who said she killed me? She's not even close to my level yet." As they're both surprised, because, well, Tsunade's punches usually send a man's face, send a person's head flying off of their shoulders and into another dimension. So they're surprised. As Tsunade says, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" As Naruto says, "Well, I'm Naruto. Well, last name, I don't want to say my last name, because I despise my parents with a passion." As she says, "Who are your parents?" As Naruto says, "Well, none other than, well, your dear old Jiraiya student, Minato Namikaze, and your dearest friend, Kushina Uzumaki." As she says, "Wait, you're their son?" As Naruto says, "I'm one of their many kids." They have 5 kids in total. I'm the youngest. As the moment she hears Naruto's voice, she hears like malice in his voice, like he wants to legitimately rip her apart from acknowledging his other siblings. And she says, "Why are you so mad?" As Naruto says, "That is for another time. Right now, Jiraiya and friends are coming to look for you." As she says, "Oh, that's good." As Naruto said, No, it's not." As Shizune says, "Why is that?" Because as he basically explains what has happened to him since he was fucking born, how basically everything was going all swell and shit like that, but when he turned 4, Donzo wanted to do some dumb shit and expose him, whilst basically everybody started beating him and his parents became neglective. Jiraiya, has 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 small dick energy and decides to, well, neglect Naruto, his own godson, and shit like that. As he says, "That man is going to corrupt you just like he corrupted my parents." As basically, he tells him about the whole child of prophecy shit that Jiraiya is gonna say to her and stuff like that. As Tsunade says, "Then why are we worried? They're the children of prophecy." As Naruto says, "They are nowhere near close to the level of the child of prophecy." As she says, "And how do you know that?" As Naruto says, "'Cause I'm the child of prophecy." As she says, "Prove that to me in a spar." As Naruto says, "You know what? I won't even need to use my hands for this, nor my legs. I'll just blow you away." As Tsunade says, "That's if you can even get me to stand." As Naruto lets out a small breeze, to her that is, until she feels this big ass pressure that legitimately distorts her whole body. Like her body gets distorted, like gets ripped apart and reforms inside Naruto's hideout, where she sees Orochimaru sitting down cultivating, and she goes to attack, and Shizune just appears with Naruto, and Naruto catches her punch and says, "I dare you to attack her." As Naruto said, "Wait, she should be awake by now." As then the clone poofs away is behind Naruto. She says, "Oh, you're back." As Naruto said, "Ah, a clone. So, how was it?" As she says, "Well, that was a lot of information. Well, I know about immortality now, space, time, many things." As basically, Naruto says, "That's good." As she says, "You know about immortality, so you'll stop killing children." As Orochimaru says, "Oh, I stopped that years ago." As she says, "What?" As Naruto said, "Yeah, she stopped that years ago." As she explains, "What do you mean years ago?" As she explains that she stopped doing that, well, 2 or 3 years ago, at least. As Tsunade is surprised by this, because she thought that Orochimaru would have continued to do that. But no, she didn't. As basically, she doesn't know what to say. As she's thinking that Orochimaru is lying and she needs to be stopped. As basically Naruto says, no, she stopped ages ago. She doesn't do that research anymore." As she says, "Oh," as basically that's when Tsunade notices where she is, and she says, "Wait, where is this place?" As the research lab is not a small ass lab. No, it's kind of like a mansion. Alright, it's a mansion with big ass, well, carved in mansion through the mountain and stuff like that. As she says, "Where are we?" As Naruto said, we're in a mountain that I use space and time jutsu in. So basically, you probably how long have you been in here? As Shizune says, 2 to 3 minutes. As Naruto said, wow, you're 2 to 3 eternities years old. That's interesting. Interesting indeed." As Shizune says, "Huh?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, time works differently in here than what you think it'd work on outside." As they said, how far in your training are you? As Naruto says, way farther than you think. As basically, Naruto Tsunade says, you're probably not that strong. As Naruto, he decides, you know what, let's go to my training ground. And Naruto's training ground is an infinite void of space itself, as they go to this place that looks like space, and Tsunade is confused about where they are. As Orochimaru says, when did you build this? As Naruto said, oh, I didn't build it, the AI did. As Tsunade's like, AI? As basically Orochimaru said, you did not steal their ideas, did you? As Naruto said, why? I mean, I have the right to steal ideas, don't I? As she said, I mean, they're not in your world, in our world particularly, so I don't think so. As Naruto said, that's good. As she says, alright then, what works with you? And it's basically, Naruto says, yes, that works very well with me. As basically, Naruto says, what should I do? Ah, I know. As Naruto, he holds his hand out. As Naruto, he decides that, well, he'll make two giant stars. Like two ginormous stars. But to them, it's really small. As basically, Naruto, he makes the two giant stars as he continuously closes his hand closer and closer while the stars get closer and closer. As basically, once Naruto's hands completely close, the stars go boom, making a big bang. Yes, it was a big bang, and inside that big bang, Naruto created the whole universe inside of it. And Tsunade's confused about what the hell just happened. As Naruto said, "Yeah, am I still weak to you?" As Tsunade is shocked and scared, and she says, "No." As she says, "Then what do you want to do?" As Naruto says, "Just stay here." As Shizune says, "But what about her gambling debt?" "Yeah, I'll handle that." As Tsunade says, "But you don't know how to get money." "Well, I don't really need to make money, I can create it." As she says, "What? That's impossible." As Naruto snaps his finger and 50 billion yen appears right next to him. As he says, "How much was it? Were you in debt?" As she says, 120 yen. As yen, yes, I gave her a lot of yen to be in debt. As basically Naruto, he looks at the necklace on Tsunade's neck and he immediately snatches that shit. As Tsunade says, "Hey, my gem." As the gem legitimately lights up really brightly. A greenish gold light appears as Naruto, he smashes in his hand as Tsunade says, "Hey, that was my grandfather's necklace." As Naruto says, "Be quiet, little girl." As basically Naruto opens his hand as basically when she's shocked with Shizune and Orochimaru as he says, as basically Naruto says, "I didn't know that you let your soul remnants in here. Interesting. Hey there, first Hokage." As basically it's a spiritual version of Hashirama. As Hashirama opens his eyes, and he says, "Huh? Is this the world of the living? How wasn't I inside the?" As he says, "Where am I?" As Naruto says, "Yo." As he says, "Boy, who are you?" As Naruto says, "Oh, I was one of your villagers before." As he says, "What do you mean by one?" As he explains what happened and shit like that. As Tsunade and Shizune are crying at the end, because now they heard the full story. Because Naruto left some parts out. And basically everybody inside are crying. Shizune, Tsunade, Orochimaru, and even Hashirama. Hashirama's a really sympathetic person, so I think he'd cry. But it's not that bad of a story, so I don't think he'd cry that much. So basically, yeah, he cries a little, and he says, I get it now. Alright then. So, what am I doing here? As Naruto said, "Oh, well, I mean, your soul, do you want a body to go with it?" Or, as he says, "Yes, but I can't have my original body since." So Naruto said, "Don't worry, I'll just recreate you one." As He says, "What? That's impossible." As Tsunade says, "No, no, grandfather, it's possible." As he says, "Very well then." As Naruto, he does the big body and he creates a whole body. He creates a whole body for Hashirama. As it's a different body. It's not like Hashirama's whole, like it's not like Hashirama's appearance and stuff like that. It's a different appearance. It's basically Hashirama is able to use chakra and stuff like that. It's basically he says, as basically Orochimaru looks at Shizune and says, "Hey, do you want to help me with my research?" As Shizune, she's kind of scared, but Naruto said, "Don't worry, it's not really her doing the research. She just takes the data and information and stuff like that." As she says, "Oh, alright then." As Naruto, he leaves and says, "Well, I'll be going with Hashirama to do stuff." As basically, you know, him and Hashirama go. As basically they enter a room. As they both sit down, the atmosphere immediately gets tense as he says, "So, why'd you have to leave a soul remnants inside the gem?" As Hashirama says, "Alright then. If you're able to see this, that means, well, you were the chosen one. You were chosen by this by the gem. Let me explain the situation." As he explains that, well, when Madara died, or supposedly died, he had a feeling that Madara wasn't entirely dead. That something was wrong and it was going to involve the future. So he decided to leave a soul remnants inside of the gem to stop whatever's going to happen in the future from happening. As Naruto understands and says, "Okay," even though he already knew that he was going to say that. As basically Naruto said, "Ah, alrighty then." As basically Naruto said, "Well, it won't be that hard to solve, but let's just wait until it actually happened. Until then, stay in here as long as you like, look at the researches and stuff like that, just get the information you need, get stronger and stuff like that." As basically Naruto said, "When the time is right, I'll probably give you something that will incredibly help you." As Hashirama says, "Very well." As he leaves the room, as basically Naruto, he leaves and he then slouches back and he says, "I'm guessing you heard that, Devourer." As the Devourer says, "Coo. So you knew I was in here." As Naruto, well, no. Coo. So you know that I was in here. Yeah, basically like that. As basically, yeah, my voice still hasn't healed since yesterday. So, yeah. As basically, Naruto said, "Yeah, so, what's your thoughts on it?" As the Devourer, I'm not doing that voice again, starts to explain that he doesn't know exactly what this catastrophe could hold, but it certainly could hurt the future of the world. Well, not exactly him, but the world, yes. As Naruto says, interesting indeed." As basically, Naruto says, "Alright." So, yeah. Naruto, after not giving a damn, yeah, Naruto doesn't really care. So basically, Naruto says, "Alright, uh, hold on. Chibney. Oh, small as hell. Ugh, small ass chibney. Hmm. 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 That's crazy." But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, sorry, I was playing a game right now. So basically, Naruto said, "Alright then, so I guess I'll let you free from the room. You can go explore it, but don't hurt anyone." As he says, "Okay." As basically, he gets out in the the devourer takes a form of a regular human being and starts walking around the place because he's not trying to scare anyone like Hashirama, Shizune, and Tsunade. And it's basically, Tsunade followed Shizune and Orochimaru to the place with the AI and the test tubes and shit like that. And it's basically, she sees everything. As basically, Naruto, he says, so I guess it has evolved yet again. As Shizune says, what has evolved? I don't see anything evolving. As Orochimaru says, oh, the dragon's evolved. As he says, yep, would you like to check it out? As he says, yes. But of course, as basically, hold on, let me go look for another. Basically, the dragon, yeah, this is the picture I found. It evolved into this. As basically, Shizune, Tsunade, and friends, they walk in to see this. As they're shocked as hell. Basically, everybody yells, what the hell is that? As Naruto says, oh, you've never seen my pet dragon before? As Tsunade yells, pet dragon? Who in their right minds would have a pet dragon? As Naruto said, I would. And it's right here. As Tsunade says, what do you mean by evolve? As, yeah, so like, I deleted the other ones. Ugh. Disgusting. Alright, basically. Yeah, the other pictures of the evolutions, I deleted them, so, yeah. As Naruto said, yeah, it evolved. This is, I think, its third evolution. It's gonna have a fourth one, and I'll probably stop that. Yeah, the fourth one is the final one. So, basically, Tsunade is surprised and, quite honestly, frightened by the dragon. As Naruto holds her tight and says, don't worry, they don't bite. And as he grabs her hand and he pulls it out so she can pet it, as she thinks that she's gonna get bitten, but surprisingly, the dragon lets Tsunade pet it. As Tsunade soon gets comfortable with it and she starts petting it and sees that the dragon is really friendly and doesn't seem to be going out for blood or anything like that, so she's not really worried anymore. As Naruto grabs Shizune's hand. Yes, Shizune is gonna be a ship as well. Yeah, it wasn't gonna be Tsunade only. It's gonna be Shizune. It's just that there's not any good fan art to my liking when it comes to Shizune. But beggars can't be choosers. So, yeah. So I just bothered not even trying to beg and just not look for one. I mean, like, we all know what Shizune looks like. As basically, she goes and, the little pig Tauntaun, I think that's her name, as, she's kind of scared. She's kind of frightened by it, but the dragon gets out and allows Tsunade to just goes to Tauntaun and just plays around with it. As that's the start of a very, very great friendship. As basically, behind them, they all hear, oh, so that's what it evolved into. As they all turned around to see this dark-skinned, long-haired person with, well, red and white markings, like these red and white strips through the hair. As Naruto and Orochimaru turn around, as Naruto says, did you really have to make your appearance like mine, but with shorter hair? As Tsunade says, so that's what he turned into. As Naruto says, yeah, that's basically what he turned into. As they said, then who's he? As he said, oh, well, he doesn't exactly have a name, but he is one of the creatures here, but possibly one of the most powerful ones. As Tsunade says, huh? As Naruto says, yeah, this is probably one of the strongest creatures here. Yeah, we have many creatures here. As you see, there are some in the test tubes. There's an animal petting zoo and shit like that. As they said, petting zoo for what? You don't even have kids. As Naruto says, I have clones for a reason. Quite honestly, the place is stacked with them non-stop. As Tsunade says, okay, you do you, I guess. As Naruto says, yes, I will do me. As basically, Tsunade says, okay. As basically, Naruto, he enjoys it, and he says, okay. They go to the animal petting zoo, and they see the animals. I really don't want to repair that. Discard that bitch. Anyways, they go to the animal petting zoo, and they enjoy petting the animals. The animals are fun to pet, as they don't really have anything to worry about, actually. So basically, After enjoying petting the beautiful animals that Tsunade and Shizune were frightened about, Naruto then leaves with the two as they said, well, you guys can go do whatever you want, whilst I go meditate. As basically, Naruto leaves with Orochimaru as, the two go do some dual tool cultivation. And that's when I'm going to be leaving it off. And it's not because, I don't have any ideas for the rest of it. No, it's just that my throat doesn't feel like working right now. So, yeah, my throat is starting to hurt, so I probably won't be posting tomorrow. Yeah, just a little heads up, probably won't be posting tomorrow. So if I don't post tomorrow, sore throat, you know why. So, yeah, I'm going to be leaving it off for part 4 right here. As, yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed. This has been part 4 of What If Naruto Had the Tenseigan and the Renni Sharingan. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And bye bye, my little stars.